Stop asking me! I told you I'm no actor! Would you get that microphone out of my face? Look, I told you there was that unrelenting voice, there was that unrecognizable substance, then the violence, and then it was over.
Would you kids please turn off that TV and come upstairs? There's groceries to be unloaded, and make sure you shut the door so we don't get insects. God damn it, what is this all over the counter? It's disgusting.
And for what? Cheap photocopy of an advertisement stuck into a magazine. There. Is that what you want? You're reopening a door that should have never been opened in the first place. Oh, Phelps, why can't you help?
Dave, isn't this nice? We got a table off by ourselves. And we didn't even have to wait. Usually it's an hour or more before they seat you. And then it's at one of those long tables where you have to deal with other people. It's really nice to get out. It's been so long. Dave, what's bothering you anyway? Why don't you just get it off your chest?
Deborah, you think it's that easy? What are we doing at this place anyway? I hate this place.
Dave, you love this place. You asked me to take you here.
I do. I did.
Dave, you know what this place has always meant to us.
Good morning, Mr. Phelps. I thought I would never have to say that again in this context, but you are aware of the grave situation, and even in your weakened condition, you are the only one who can help us. Welcome back, Jim. I will review the facts of the case. You understand the delicate nature
Well,
of
I
this
don't
matter.
like
Nothing
it.
I
I
say
don't
can
think
be-
I ever liked
Good.
it.
I'm
It makes
sorry.
me
Very
uncomfortable. I hate having
He
to get
discovered
dressed up.
Dave, you're
Yes.
acting childish. We can leave
I'm
if
sorry,
you
the
want
subject
to.
No,
makes me uneasy
I wouldn't dream of
sometimes,
it.
I think.
No danger of being recognized here,
No,
Deborah. Food poisoning
but
is all
what I
we
think
have
isn't
to worry
important.
There
about.
are
The
worse
facts
ways to
are-
die, Dave.
He was
Yes,
growing
I suppose
frustrated.
there
This
are,
place
Deborah.
appeared to be the answer.
Can you name 3?
But you of all
Cancer,
people, no appearances of a
AIDS,
scene.
skin
7 years on
suffocation,
Sullivan
Dave.
Street.
What
with his own
about dying
parking
of
place and his wife,
loneliness?
7 years
Oh,
without dreaming,
please,
restless
just say
sleep,
what you
cold
mean.
sweats,
I
unexplained
am,
pain.
Deborah.
Yes,
That's
Jim,
not
there
your
was no
usual
reason for him to
lipstick,
see
is it?
this thing.
It isn't?
Rather,
Oh,
he was
yes,
sought out.
Of course. I lost
He was
mine.
destroyed.
I borrowed this from your sister.
Yeah, I know.
that is the detailed
Is
account
this
of
it,
what really
Deborah?
happened.
I've
The
had it
facts,
for
Jim.
days.
An alternate version
Your
was that
head
by
has
accident
really
he made a
been in the
left turn and
clouds
came
lately,
upon
hasn't
it.
it?
I resist
Look,
this.
let's
No,
just order
I
our
tried to
food,
warn him.
okay?
No, don't go in. Don't do it. Don't. You'll be
Deborah, you've
sorry.
been spending
But he
a
would
lot
not
of
listen.
time
I
in
remember
the
him
bathroom
outstretching his arms. He pushed against the
With
side,
the
pushed
door
harder. And Mr.
shut.
Phelps, it was horrible.
Yeah,
The look on
I
his
think
face.
I'm gonna have the steak.
Could a
I feel
battering
like
ram
some
stop a bowl
real
of jello?
food
Could a
for
toothbrush
change.
knock down a wall?
What's that
Then he
supposed
was
to
gone.
mean?
Off in the distance,
I'm
the sound
feeling
of a metal
private.
object caught between
You
two
can
gears.
understand that,
I knew
can't
what
you,
I would have
Dave?
to do, or I would never see him again. I woke up naked, bloody, everything hurt. How did I get this way? Maybe I was too close and was struck by some lethal force emitting from it. Or is there a more reasonable explanation? Self-mutilation, while in a state of shock, perhaps.
I'm sorry, Deborah.
I didn't know
mean
I had
to
done
upset
anything
you.
wrong.
Dave,
I looked
let's
down
just
and
go
saw
home.
strange marks
No,
around his ankles.
I don't
He
wanna
pulled up
go
his socks
home.
and said,
That place gives
Go
me the
home.
creeps.
I
Ever
went
since
home.
you put in those special
Those are
light
the
bulbs, I
last
feel like I'm
words
living in
he
a
ever spoke
mushroom
to me,
farm.
Mr. Phelps.
The light hurts my eyes.
I always wondered
Oh, really?
why only
Does
he
the
could
light
see
hurt
this
your
place.
body
Someone
too,
told me it was
Deborah?
covered with a material
What do
that
you mean,
reflected all
Dave?
You
light.
turn out the lights before you undress.
Feeling
I
shy. Is that a
To me, it
crime,
shined
Dave?
bright like the
No,
morning
that
sun.
isn't,
It turned out
Deborah.
this person had never gotten past the 6th grade.
What are they
What are they
doing
doing
here?
here?
Eating, Deborah.
deep
This
inside.
is a restaurant.
Get out,
What do you
he
think
raged.
they're doing here?
I forgot where we
Phelps,
were.
I wish
I'm beginning to
pictures
like
show
this
you. It
place.
was
Are you
gruesome.
okay?
I don't feel too good.
He looked down at the utensils he had brought. With weapons as lethal as these, I could... He stopped. I'm too sensitive and caring to have such thoughts. But as the ancient proverb states, eat curled up bamboo shoots and they will uncurl, ripping your guts to shreds. Yes, his violence, his anger will pour out into the world unless... It says here that he successfully repressed it and is once again living a normal life. But I know better. I
Look
made
at
the
me,
mistake of
Deborah.
looking into his eyes.
Do you want to go?
It was so
Let's
hard,
just
Mr.
eat.
Phelps, to look away. It was so
Is that
hard
a
to keep
new
on looking. I would have done
hairstyle?
anything for
Isn't
Mr.
this
Phelps.
how I
Anything,
always have
Jim.
my hair,
But he
Dave?
released me. I curled up in a
Something's
ball,
different.
naked. I know what you're thinking. Maybe, Jim, but it's
Dave,
disappeared.
where'd you park the car?
I was told that someone saw it
Why?
a few weeks ago moving down
I
7th
just
Street,
want to
but
know
I
where the
ignored
car
this.
is in
Red
case
Sea
I...
will never part again for
We
either of us.
have to
Should we
leave.
waste precious
Why would
time on
you
unbelievable
have to leave,
stories?
Deborah?
Wait, Mr. Phelps.
Mhm.
I just
case
thought of
the
something,
bathroom
perhaps the
is
key
out
to
of
the
order
whole
here.
thing. This place was his
You of
point
all
of
people
reference.
know
He
what
must
it's
have
like
thought,
to have the
is it
shits
with
and
me?
be
Are we
miles
separated?
from
Are
the
you looking at
bathroom,
my
Dave?
place? Are you touching my place? Are you
You're
in my
always so
place? Are you
healthy.
on the...
Guilty conscience,
When he lost his
Deborah.
place,
Eat
nothing
your
made
food,
sense
Dave.
anymore. He had to start at the beginning. Good morning, Mr. Phelps. This is merely a confused child. In his attempt to understand again, he might reorganize, he might destroy, just for the sake of destruction. Jim, what happens when you reformat a diskette? No, but what we face is nothing like this simple analogy.
Jesus, where am I?
Where am I?
Felt some
Jim, his stay was now
presence
ruined.
nearby.
Fearing, tasting, smelling, touching, ultimately
Dave, this
dissecting.
sounds like,
realizing
you know,
that he is
your
surrounded by something he
accident.
cannot see.
What do
so
you know
familiar, yet
about
so
that?
completely
I never
unknown.
told you about
Wondering why
that.
this place? What is
well,
so special
someone
here? He
must
had no
have.
say in the matter,
Who?
and if there was one, there
No
could be
one
another
knows
and another
except-
different kinds of places. Places
I
he could
can't
choose
even
himself, places
think
he
of
could
it. My
control.
bones
He had this
still
place,
ache.
And now he wanted others, but no one knows for sure. It happened so long ago,
I'll
and those
never
that could
go
help us are
back
all
there.
dead.
Never, never.
Of course not,
I was
Dave.
there.
No,
I know,
Don't.
I know. I saw
You're
when he
not
came
my
back from
mother,
that
Deborah.
other place. I recognize that look. I saw the peeling skin. Even the memory keeps me from breathing. What he said about this place is too graphic to reveal even to you.
Let's go, Deborah. Give me the car keys.
No, we haven't had dessert.
I don't want any dessert.
Dave, you're upset.
It was a room,
You'll
but he
feel
could find
better
no
after you
corner.
eat
It was
something that's good
enclosed,
for
but he
you.
counted only 2
Deborah,
walls. It was
give
solid, but
me
he could move
the
around
car
freely.
keys.
It had an
Dave,
entrance, but he could see
eat
no
your
exit.
jello.
Sometimes he would bring his sneakers and jog around the indoor track. I would hear him breathing. How many members have been enrolled here?
Deborah, be
Are you
real.
real?
God, I hate
He
Jello.
knew he
Get
was
that
not real.
slimy,
No, he
disgusting
made this
shit
dirty
away
every
from
day.
me.
He had the dirt under his
You hate
fingernails. He had
Jello?
his socks
But I
pulled
thought-
up. He had the
Yes,
smell about him
Deborah.
which no one could
I
mistake.
haven't
They would
eaten it
point
ever
and say,
since.
yes, he's been to that place.
You know
But then again, Mr. Phelps, some people can throw up
Why don't
blood
you
if they
know
really
that?
want to. Others
Yes,
are only
of
able
course.
to drip.
How silly of me.
It became harder and harder for him to
What
bring
is it?
himself
What's
to enter.
on this Jello?
What is
That's
it? What
called
is
whipped
this
cream,
thing?
Dave. You really are
I called
uptight.
up his mother.
Look, I'll
There
drive
was
you
a
home.
pause. I
Besides,
heard uneven
Autobahn is
breathing,
waiting.
and then a small voice,
God,
as if she
I
dropped
don't
the
know
phone
why
on the
you
floor,
got that
said,
mangy German Shepherd. What a hound from hell.
To keep me company when you're not around, Dave. Kinda looks like you.
Very funny, Deborah. Look, I guess I can eat this if you can.
That boy, Dave.
It said,
What's the problem?
what's the problem? Is there,
Is there
a problem?
No.
He answered,
Aren't you
no,
having it?
no, of course
Here,
not.
have some of mine.
No!
Mr. Phelps,
no,
don't you think it's
my
always
stomach
better to
hurts.
tell the
Deborah,
truth?
who are you kidding?
Yes,
Don't you think
things
I've
are
noticed
always
things
the same.
about you?
Things, Dave?
You won't eat in front of me anymore.
Dave, I'm just not hungry.
Uh-huh. And the light bulbs? Are you afraid of seeing or being seen, Deborah? And your dislike of water? When's the last time you showered, Deborah? First, you won't cover everything. The little things you do wrong, the little ways you look different, the things you don't know but should, the things you do know that no one knows except for
I realize this mission is an awesome undertaking, even for you.
You know what it's like living with someone who takes you apart and puts you back together like you were some kind of electronic utensil, who stays up late and stares at the wall waiting till you fall asleep before oozing into bed. What are you afraid of anyway, Dave?
So you
Is it
have been
necessary to
faking your
go into your
sleep. For
personal
God's
connection
sakes,
wall
Deborah,
this
don't you
year?
think I see what you're doing?
Why
It
state
won't
the
work.
obvious?
Doing, Dave?
Yes,
Why
turning the
confuse
guilt
what is
away
oh
from
so
you to
very
me.
clear?
Dave, you might
Why
look in the
repeat
mirror
what has
before
already
you
been
throw
said?
stones.
I'm going home now,
This tape
Deborah.
Deconstruct in 7 seconds. No, Mr. Phelps, you mustn't be taken in with the lies that you have heard.
Don't!
What have I done to make you stop loving me, Deborah?
Dave, I still love you. That's not what
It
this
forced
is
him
about.
to do it. It freed him from legal and moral responsibility. It freed him of his intellect. It stripped him of everything except fear and hunger and left him unable to exist in a human world. What a monster this thing must have been. But should this make us afraid?
I
No,
wanna tell you
not if he had
something. I
stayed put.
haven't
But in
been
one moment he
completely
honest.
realized what he
I
had
know, Dave,
become, and in this
but you're
last
not
human
the
act,
only
he
guilty
decided to
one.
leave.
Yes, I am. That's
Pleaded,
just the
"Don't,
point. I've been
and
Dave, be
don't."
careful.
And then it
I'm
threatened,
really
"Don't."
not who you
But
think
he
I
slipped
am.
out. He
Now
fled in
who's being
disgust and shame
dramatic?
and
Look,
guilt.
I've been seeing...
Dave, stop. Please let me say something first.
What have I
I have
done?
to warn you about...
He
Deborah.
now roamed, shrinking more each day.
Don't you know how hard this is for me? If I don't say it now, I'll never be able to
I won't
tell...
let you.
I don't believe it
You've been
myself.
right all along.
What is
Something
true is that
has
he's
been
waiting
different.
a very
I've
long
been...
time, waiting
acting.
Deb, shut up.
No, you shut up. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not the
This is
same.
not a
I'm
man to be
someone
pitied.
else.
This is a man to be feared and hated.
Really?
He knew exactly what this thing was.
I
He knew
just-
what it
Dave,
meant. He was always in
look at
control of his actions. He chose his destiny.
Dave,
He chose to give in.
I've been
He
sleeping
chose to
with
spend his
Phelps.
life doing this thing's bidding. Yes, Mr. Phelps. Did you think that retirement alone could protect you? That you
That's
were
funny.
absolved because of what
So have
happened?
I.
Your misfortune. No, your crimes extend beyond that. Mr. Phelps, he wanted you to know. He wanted it to be so clear that you would have no doubts whatsoever. The curtain would open, the light would flow over you, and then he would come. Yes, Mr. Phelps, this is no dream. Turn around. Look up. I will be upon you shortly. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself to die. Die, Phelps. Die.
Well, Mr. Phelps, you continue to amaze me. When I heard cheap photocopy, I thought that's it, it's over, he knows. But you knew that was an impossibility. What did I have to do? Pull off my face and show him what was underneath? Maybe I should have just pulled his off instead. Anyway, we all have our little regrets, right, Mr. Phelps? What will you do? Where will you go? I understand it's a bit too early. Wait, please. Let me help you.
What do you want to do now, Mr. Phelps? Should we go to your place?
Wait for
Can I
me!
pet
We
your
can
dog?
invite some
Can I pet your penis?
Perhaps we could deconstruct something else. We could buy you a stiffening rack. Oh, don't get mad.
We could make some Phelps cookies. You
We'll buy some violent toys. We could read some dirty magazines in the bathroom.
Ace Bandage is real tight. I have all 87 episodes of the Mod Squad.
Pay for business. We can know any good restaurants. We can reupholster your couch.
We can help them more. We could rent some kids. We could listen to my album. We could just say no. I know how to make
Is that a
pancakes
real
and
cane?
biscuit
My
mix.
sister's in town. Does that give you an idea, Mr. Phelps? We can play ball.
Play
You
with
can
me,
paint my
Mr.
toenails. I
Phelps,
can wrap your
please,
ankles with Ace Bandage. It's real tight. Oh, come on, Mr. Phelps. Huh? Do you want to suck on my breast? We could bake some Toll House cookies. Can I feel your coat? Do you want to peel back my foreskin? Do you want to see